A man is dead, and the Kentucky State Police have been brought in to investigate the accident.
A 4-year-old boy is in the hospital with a serious head injury. His mother's 38-year-old boyfriend is now accused of abusing him.
Well, the shower's out and about right now, but we're really going to focus in on your weekend because here comes another Arctic blast in the forecast. I'll show you when and what you can expect out of this coming up.
This is WKYT News at Noon.
Good afternoon from WKYT News. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Barbara Bailey. Police are investigating a deadly crash in central Kentucky. It happened sometime in the overnight hours at Kentucky 44 Road west of Lawrenceburg and wasn't discovered until 9 o'clock this morning.
One man was killed, and WKYT's Monique Blair is live in Anderson County, where that road is still closed this midday. That's our top story at noon. Monique?
The accident happened behind me on Kentucky 44, beyond those trees, around a curve, but police are keeping us pretty far away because they say the investigation into this accident is still very active. Kentucky State Police have taken over this investigation, but not many details are being released at this time. Police say one man is dead after the truck he was in left the road here and went over an embankment. That man's name or age have not been released. I'm told the accident happened early this morning. Police are not saying whether or not weather played a role in this accident, but they say Kentucky 44 between Dry Dock Road and Highway 395 will be closed for several hours.
We encourage motorists here in the area to avoid the collision scene. The roadway is blocked off and will be blocked for several hours while it's being investigated. So we just encourage motorists in the area to bypass this section of the road.
Reconstruction crews are on scene here at this accident, but police tell me they have actually split up the areas they're investigating. But as to why they're doing that, police have not said. In Anderson County, Monique Blair, WKYT.
All right, Monique, thank you. And police are telling us that we will have more information on this accident at some point this afternoon.
A man is behind bars this midday charged with abusing a young child. Police say Carl Carpenter was arrested for pulling the 4-year-old down the stairs at a home on Crosby Drive off Trent Boulevard. The boy was found unresponsive yesterday with a serious head injury. WKYT's Mark Barber has the latest in this Crime Tracker report. Mark?
When Carl Carpenter was arrested yesterday afternoon, it was on unrelated charges. But police say after they started questioning him about the boy's injuries, he admitted to them that he did hurt his girlfriend's 4-year-old son. The boy is now being treated for a serious internal head injury at Kentucky Children's Hospital. Neighbor Andy Anderson says the boy and his mother's boyfriend showed up at his door on Crosby Drive late yesterday afternoon. He tells WKYT that Carpenter asked to use his phone to reach the 4-year-old's mother, who was at work. Anderson says he called her because the boy had a large wound on his forehead. When Anderson asked the 4-year-old what happened, he said a student hit him on the bus. Then, about an hour and a half later, Anderson says the 38-year-old ran back over to his house and asked him to call 911. This time, he said the boy was not responsive because he fell down a flight of stairs. According to an arrest citation, the boy was hurt because Carpenter pulled him down the stairs.
I mean, you can't help but tearing up, just thinking about it. It's he hadn't even begun to live yet,
At this time, police say they will not release any information about the boy's injuries. As for Carpenter, he will stand before a judge in less than an hour to be arraigned on his charges of criminal abuse. In Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Now, Carpenter is being held on a $5,000 bond. He did not want to talk to us from the Fayette County Detention Center. 2 men who admitted to their involvement in a Lexington murder will learn their fate in less than an hour. Chauncey Ingram and Savon Thompson will be sentenced at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Jeffrey Adams was shot multiple times at an apartment complex on McCullough Drive back in 2014. Ingram pleaded guilty to murder, robbery, and tampering charges. Thompson pleaded guilty to facilitation, robbery, and evidence tampering.
A Lexington woman is recovering in the hospital here at the noon noon hour after being exposed to carbon monoxide inside her home. Her family says she was feeling dizzy last night and went to be checked out. Fire crews found the leak in her apartment on Patchen Drive. WKYT's Mike Linden tells us why a carbon monoxide detector is crucial, especially during the winter months.
Last night, a Lexington woman checked herself into UK hospital with headache symptoms. It wasn't until this morning that it was determined she had suffered from carbon monoxide poisoning.
Just after 8 o'clock this morning, Lexington Fire Department officials responded to a call of carbon monoxide poisoning. They say only one building of the apartment complex on Patchen Drive was affected. Officials say the furnace beside the apartment malfunctioned, which caused it to leak carbon monoxide. After feeling dizzy late last night, the woman who lived in the apartment went to the hospital. Lexington Fire Department Major Trevor Cox says the woman potentially saved her own life by going to the hospital last night.
Carbon monoxide is colorless, odorless. You can't smell it, you can't detect it. You have to have a carbon monoxide detector.
While the levels of carbon monoxide inside the apartment were not deemed to be fatal by the Lexington Fire Department, they say had the woman not gone to the hospital last night, that this story could have had a much more tragic ending. In Lexington, Mike Linden, WKYT.
Mike, thank you very much. Important reminder, Cox says if your home has any gas appliances or an attached garage, a CO detector is essential. Rain showers increase as we head throughout the afternoon and into the evening hours, and then colder air, much colder, will push in for the weekend. That could bring the potential for snow to the bluegrass. WKYT meteorologist Micah Harris is live now in our First Alert Weather Center with a look ahead.
Yeah, it's really increasing. You can see that down toward the southeast. You can see it back toward the west. And it's slowly but surely inching its way into our region. Now, there is a front well back toward the west, and there's actually one down to our southwest and the southeastern portion of the United States. So it's actually two systems kind of coming together and at least throwing some energy off for both of those. Whitley City over toward Hot Rogers Parkway getting some sprinkles and some light showers. A little bit more rain increasing back toward the west. 50 degrees today, showers on the increase, and we're going to be tracking this rain before we actually get to the weekend. The weekend gets pretty cold, and also some snow chances will be in there. We'll talk all about that coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you very much, and we'll see you then. A work requirement is being reinstated for more than 17,000 food stamp recipients in Kentucky. Under the new rule, recipients must begin part-time work, education, or volunteer activities in order to keep their benefits. The Herald Leader is reporting that that requirement had been waived since March of 2009 because of the recession. But that expired on January 1st after the federal government opted not to extend it for a subset of people in some counties. Now, the rule only applies for now to Fayette, Jefferson, Bullitt, Davis, Henderson, Hardin, Warren, and McCracken counties. Well, a group of Kentucky teachers did a Powerball office pool for the first time on Wednesday, and it paid off. They've won $1 million from the record Powerball jackpot in the drawing.
In the first time, the 11 teachers who call themselves the Tiny Tornadoes work at the McNabb Head Start program in Paducah. They came forward this morning to claim their prize. Meanwhile, one of the $1.6 billion jackpot winners came forward this morning. John and Lisa Robinson showed off their winning ticket on the Today Show, but they have not yet taken their ticket to the Tennessee Lottery office for confirmation. This is video of the store where they bought their ticket. Their cut of the $1.6 billion jackpot is roughly $533 million.
Just amazing. They're traveling around with that lottery ticket.
Yeah. Good luck.
Good to have you with us on WKYT. Oscar-winning actor Sean Penn is speaking out about his secret interview with a Mexican drug lord. You'll hear what he had to say about the Rolling Stone article next on Kentucky's #1 Midday News.
Also ahead, another Kentucky native is gaining national attention on a hit singing competition. We'll show you his American Idol audition coming up after the break.
Welcome back to WKYT News at noon. Actor Sean Penn sat down with Charlie Rose to talk about his Rolling Stone interview with drug lord Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, a meeting that Mexican authorities say helped lead to Guzman's capture.
Now, Penn spoke at length with Rose for Sunday's edition of 60 Minutes. Kenneth Craig reports.
There is this myth about the visit that we made. Sean Penn tells 60 Minutes' Charlie Rose that he does not believe his October interview with Joaquin El Chapo Guzman led to the drug lord's capture last week.
So as far as you know, you had nothing to do, and your visit had nothing to do with his recapture?
The Mexican government, they were clearly very humiliated by the notion that someone found him before they did. Well, nobody found him before they did. We're not smarter than the DEA or the Mexican intelligence. We had a contact upon which we were able to facilitate an invitation.
Guzman escaped one of Mexico's maximum security prisons last July by crawling through a hole in a shower and then a mile-long tunnel 30 feet underground. Guzman is believed to be responsible for as many as 34,000 deaths. Officials say his Sinaloa cartel is the #1 supplier of heroin, cocaine, and marijuana to the U.S.
Do you believe that the Mexican government released this in part because they wanted to see you blamed and to put you at risk?
Yes.
They wanted to encourage the cartel to put you in their crosshairs?
Yes.
Are you fearful for your life?
No.
Penn says the focus on his meeting with Guzman and his recapture means that his article, which was supposed to bring attention to the war on drugs, has failed. Kenneth Craig, CBS News, New York.
And you can watch the entire interview with Sean Penn this Sunday night on 60 Minutes.
U.S. stocks are sharply lower here at midday, led by a steep decline in energy companies as well as the price of oil taking another tumble. The Dow lost 400 points in the first 10 minutes of trading today after the price of oil sank below $30 a barrel, trading at the lowest level since 2003. Here is a look at the current numbers on Wall Street. All of the major market indicators still way down here at midday. Walmart has announced it is closing 269 stores in the United States and Brazil. Most of the 154 American locations are Walmart Express stores. The closures will affect 16,000 workers total, 10,000 in the U.S. No Kentucky locations are on the closing list. The announcement comes 3 months after its CEO told investors that the world's largest retailer would review its store fleet amid increasing competition, including from online rival Amazon.com. A Kentucky man is heading to Hollywood for the next round of American Idol.
Elvie Shane of Grayson County brought a little taste of Southern comfort to the show at the final audition last night in Little Rock, Arkansas. Shane talked about his wife and child and turning his life around after getting involved in drugs before singing House of the Rising Sun for the judges. Take a listen.
Come on. So go tell my baby brother not to do as I have done, to shun that house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun.
Well, the judges said he had a real gift and a spectacular voice. Shane got a yes from all 3 judges, who then asked to meet his family before giving him a golden ticket to Hollywood.
I'm Michelle Chamberlain, and coming up at 12:30, I'll tell you why some of country music's biggest stars are heading to Lexington.
Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
We have 2 systems coming together at this very moment, really throwing off pieces of energy that's giving us some showers outside. Now, the far western zones dealing with the best rain right at this moment. Then you got to go down toward the southeast. There's the other system that's actually south of us, throwing that moisture northbound. So we're going to be watching this collide later on this afternoon, and we're really going to dive into this throughout the next couple of hours once this slowly but surely pushes eastbound. Up the BG Parkway, you go into Highway 60, make your way down 127, 150 coming from Danville through places there in Washington County. Now starting to see that rain pick up there across 68 as well as you come through Lebanon and also Campbellsville. You can see it really picking up. High reflectivity, you see those yellows? Yeah, heads up Columbia. You're going to get some pretty moderate rain here in just about 30 minutes. Go into the far southeastern zones, mountainous regions. There's a lot of moisture streaming northbound. We're seeing that across 119, and then you go off into Howard Rogers Parkway, 421, 25 east. Those are highways that are windy, they're very hilly. You get some rain on that and it becomes a little treacherous. This will continue to eject northbound. Once we get into the night, that's when it starts to fade away with the rain and bring in a few snowflakes. I believe we have some flurries tomorrow. But really, let's focus in on what's going on Sunday, because tomorrow is not a big issue. Sunday, however, here comes a clipper system that is going to be diving south and southeast, rolling right through the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Does this give off a lot of snow? Now, there will be some bursts of snow, but I just don't expect many of us to actually pick up accumulation. I expect some isolated spots, especially to the north, back toward the east, and that's about it. Anywhere from a coating to about ½ an inch is probably a good call, but for the most part, no widespread accumulation with this one. A lot of gusty winds once this pushes on through, and then on Monday, you'll feel those winds grab that cold air and just bring it right on in. Monday, we're looking at highs in the teens, and then overnight lows, 0, a whopping 0. Yeah, get ready for that one on Martin Luther King Day. Here's your look, and you can see the temperatures there, single digits, and also right around 10 degrees for the most part. But with the snowpack to the north of that, it's going to knock these models down here in the upcoming days, and we'll see that really occur here by, I would say, 2 or 3 days from now. Once we get into Monday afternoon, you can see those temperatures. Yeah, they're not warm whatsoever. You're talking roughly 11 to about 17 degrees. So here we go with some really cold air. 50 today, and we drop that 50 degrees from now all the way through Monday. Monday coming in 0 degrees during the morning hours. But before that, it's pretty active from now through the weekend, guys. But I still think if you're looking for some isolated accumulation there for Sunday, it would be on Sunday as opposed to Saturday. So that's what we're going to be watching for throughout the week.
Well, wasn't looking for that, but it might show up, huh?
Yeah, it might show up on you. That's right.
Ah, and cold Monday. All right, thank you.
And we're back with sports next.
Last year, Kentucky ruined South Carolina's unbeaten run through the SEC. Last night, the second-ranked Gamecocks came to take on the 9th-ranked Wildcats with a little payback on their minds. Fast start for the Cats, though. Evelyn Akator. How about this? Nobody around? How about going down the lane? And Kentucky out to a 13-5 lead late in the second quarter. Janae Thompson, length of the court. Cats up by 4 at the half, 32-28. But South Carolina, oh my gosh, are they good this year. Asia Wilson, 26 on the night, the lay-in, and the Gamecocks up by 1. Fourth quarter, Thompson knocking down the triple from the corner. It's tied at 56, but the Gamecocks took over. Wilson, I'm telling you, is she some kind of player? The putback and the foul, misses the free throw, but guess what? Our friend Tiffany Mitchell, look at her run around the defense and stick it back in. South Carolina lead was up to 9. Gamecocks remain undefeated. The Cats fall to 2-2 in the SEC.
Tonight, we just made too many mental mistakes as the game wore on. So we will try to get better from it, and wish the outcome had been better, but this is a game that we need to learn from, and I believe we can.
John Calipari has been through plenty in his Hall of Fame coaching career, but figuring out this bunch of up-and-down Cats, well, that's something completely different. He's called them the sometimes guys and singled out Alex Poythress and Marcus Lee for their up-and-down play. And yesterday, well, you could just kind of see his frustration.
No-show means you look at the staff and they have whatever gazillion. You know what a gazillion is? Do you know what a gazillion is? They have... No, there's a number there. It may be 30 gazillion. It may be 120 gazillion. You played 12 minutes, so they put the minutes, and then everything else is a 0. You just had a gazillion.
I guess he means a gazillion zeros. And that's what he's trying to do in figuring out this team. Cats travel to Auburn tomorrow. It'll be a 4 o'clock tip on ESPN. And tonight on the Big Blue Insider with Dick Gabriel, John Calipari talks about Kentucky and Auburn, and Herald leader recruiting analyst Ben Roberts on the early Wildcat football enrollees. That's at 6 on 630 WLAP. Maybe they'll figure out what a gazillion is as well, guys. Have a great weekend. That's a look at sports on your Friday.
A whole big bunch. All right, Dave. Thank you so much. Have a good one as well.
There's more to come in our next half hour of WKYT News at noon.
The TSA is reminding passengers about prohibited items on flights in and out of Bluegrass Airport.
I'm Monique Blair in Anderson County. Coming up at 12:30, I'll have more details about a fatal accident that happened in the early morning hours.
Tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is $22 million, and tomorrow's Powerball jackpot is $40 million.